Hi guys, my name is Melissa, and this will be the first part of a series of short videos of yoga aimed at EMS providers, healthcare workers. So I've been taking yoga classes for over 20 years. I've been teaching yoga for about 10. I came to yoga first as a runner, just looking for something that would kind of loosen me up a little bit, get rid of all the tightness, and then have found that not only is yoga really good for you physically in a lot of ways, but then as my time working as a paramedic for 5 years, found that there's a lot of other benefits to practicing yoga also, specifically when it comes to working in the EMS field. So our three main goals for this series of videos is we're going to do some different kinds of breath work. In yoga it's called pranayama. So we'll learn breath work that can kind of calm you down when you're in a very serious situation and help you gain that focus. We're going to learn breath work just to kind of find balance, so the end of a long shift or in the middle of a long shift. And then we'll also learn some to kind of wake you up, bring vitality, and help you build an immunity, which are all also great things. The second thing that we're going to work on is building some strength. So if you know people that have been in EMS for a long time, a lot of them have bad backs, bad knees, bad joints, all the heavy lifting, and sometimes a lot of sitting can be the absolute worst thing you can do for your joints. So we're going to work on building a little bit of core strength and strengthening the muscles around those joints. And then the third thing we're going to do is just learn how to release some tightness. So there's going to be days that you're going to come home from work and every muscle in your body is going to be screaming. So we want to be able to kind of release that tightness so that we can prevent injuries. So the two things we're going to go over today are kind of like foundation pieces of yoga. So you need zero experience to get through these videos. So we're going to start with breath work that's called a 3-part breath. This breath is very good for grounding. It's very good for calming your nerves, just kind of getting out of your head. So you're going to place your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your heart. And you're going to imagine the breath entering your body like a wave. So kind of how you would fill up a glass with water. So on the inhale, you start by really expanding that belly, and then expanding the ribs, and then the chest rises. And then you empty the breath in the opposite direction. So you empty through the chest, close the ribs, and then you pull that belly button in to squeeze out that last bit of air. So let's try a couple breaths together. So inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. So you want to go as slowly as you can here. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. So continue on at your own pace. So you want to work on really filling every inch of those lungs up with air and then squeezing it all back out. So getting all that dead air out of there so that you can take a good breath. This is also a really good breath for people that have respiratory issues, if you have asthma, because if you've learned so far, asthma is actually an expiratory problem. So it means that you're not exhaling everything, and that's why you can't inhale. So you really want to focus on pushing all that air out when you pull the belly in. So this is a great breath to come to. You can sit there for, 1 minute, if that's all you have, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you'll really find some calmness with this breath. So then the next thing I'm going to show you is like the absolute classical thing that everybody learns when they're first learning yoga, and it's a sun salutation. So the awesome thing about the sun salutation is that it works in pairs. So it gets a certain muscle group and then the opposite of that muscle group. So you'll do like a back bend, but then you'll do a forward fold. So everything is in perfect balance when you do sun salutations in pairs. So we're going to start by doing a sun salutation leading with the right leg. We're going to do that one really slow, just so that we make sure that you have the poses down correctly. And then when we do the left side, we'll do it a little bit faster so you can kind of see how the flow works. Okay, so you want to have a mat or a blanket. It's not even necessary. You're going to come to the top of your mat if you have a mat. You want your feet to be about hip distance. Knees are soft, so you don't want to lock them. Shoulder blades are back and down. You bring the hands to the heart center. The thumb knuckles touch the middle of the chest. Tuck the chin in. So this is a mountain pose. You take a deep breath here in through the nose and let it out through the nose. And then you're going to sweep the arms up and back with a big inhale, and maybe even throw in a little baby back bend here. And then on the exhale, you dive forward. So you want to keep that spine nice and long. And then the last thing that drops should be the head. You find forward fold here. And then you plant the hands and take this right foot back. And you'll be in a runner's pose. So you want to try to keep the chest lifted here. You don't want to be sunken over that knee. So take a minute to check that back leg, make sure the back leg is straight. And you don't want your knees to be over your toes. So make sure when you look down that you can see your toes. So take a couple breaths here. You should feel a nice stretch in this rear hip. And then you're going to step that left foot back to meet it, the right foot, and you'll find yourself in high plank. So from high plank, you lower down to low plank or chaturanga. And then from here, you release the feet and press up for an upward dog. So this really stretches out that spine. You don't want to look up, so just keep the head in line with the spine. And then you tuck the toes under, bring the hips up for a down dog. So for down dog, you want to work on trying to bring the heels back to the floor, to the mat. So you might have to pedal them a little bit, try to loosen them up, press the mat away with the hands, breathe. And then you're going to take this right leg and you're going to bring it between the hands. So now you're in runner's lunge on the other side. So straighten that left leg. Make sure to check the right leg that it's not more than 90 degrees. So you don't want to be forward like this because that puts a lot of pressure on the knee. Then you're going to step that left foot forward. Find yourself in a forward fold again. And then on an inhale, you slowly rise all the way back up. Maybe throw that back bend back in. And then come back to the top. Good. So we're going to do just one more, leading with the left leg. We're going to do this one a little bit faster though. So come to the top of the mat, find your mountain pose. Hands will be at the heart center. Take just an inhale and an exhale. On an inhale, sweep those arms up, out, back. Exhale, forward fold. Now step that left foot back. Take an inhale here. Step that right foot back. Hold the breath. And then on an exhale, come down to low plank. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. You're going to bring that left foot forward for runner's lunge. Inhale. Step the right foot forward as you exhale in the forward fold. And then inhale, rise. And exhale, heart center. Awesome. So that's your first baby mini intro to yoga. I look forward to working with you guys. And if you have any questions or anything that you would like to learn or poses you would like to do, just shoot Mr. Daly a text and I'll cater it to whatever it is that you guys need. All right, signing off. Zeus, signing off. Zeus. Zeus says goodnight too.